Well, it's been a couple days, but when you think about the season, how do you feel it went? What are your reactions on how your year was?
Yeah, I think it went well. I think it was a fun season for sure. It was the first time here in North America to play with fans and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a great season, and now it feels pretty sad that we lost in the second round against Colorado. But at the all end, I think it was a good season and a fun season for sure.
What were some of the things in that series against Colorado that were tough? What were they doing to shut you guys down? Because obviously all year you guys had done so much, and they seemed like they had the upper hand.
Yeah, for sure. I think Colorado played like their best hockey, and pretty sad that we couldn't do that too. One thing too, I think they played better special team too. So yeah.
What are some of the takeaways that you have from this season? Any specific moments that stand out to you?
That's a good question, but just to play playoff hockey was fun. I think that's a good experience to play big games and fun games for sure. So I think that was fun, and just to come here and like for the first time to see like Taoiseach with fans as they come to play till Ontario and stuff like that. So it was so fun.
You got a chance to make your debut for the Kings this year as well. What are some of the strides you think you've made in, I guess, your first full pro season in North America to get you to that point moving forward?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a big dream come true. You know, it was so fun to make the step to the Kings for 4 games, and I think the next day for me just to getting better, to have a really good summer, and then come prepared and confident to the camp and just getting better.
Does that kind of fuel you a little more for the summer, knowing that, hey, you were pretty close, you got that opportunity, you're on the radar, you're not that far away from maybe getting another chance?
Yeah, for sure. That gives me hope and confidence to just keep on working and just trusting yourself and getting as prepared as possible.
What do you do during the summer? What's your routine? Where do you go? Who do you train with?
So for the summer, I go back to Gothenburg, and then I do my off-ice training with my dad. So we have a good relationship there, and we practice hard, and then I skate with a couple of guys too that lives in Gothenburg as well.
You told us that you're going to be around for a couple of weeks. What do you have planned for the few weeks before you go home?
Good question as well. Maybe play some golf and just see some stuff that I haven't seen yet. So yeah, just having fun and chill times coming up.
What's it like with your dad? I mean, that's probably pretty special. He obviously watches the games. He probably has his own take on what you need to be doing. What's it like training with him in the summer?
Yeah, it's so fun. And then I have my brother's practice too there with my dad. So we have a special relationship for sure, and it's just fun to come home and set my own schedule with him and practice on my own details and getting better for sure. So it's so fun to have him as a supporter every day, and he watches all my game too. Yeah, so it's so fun.
When you look back at your season, your relationship with the coaching staff, what was that like? What was it like working with them to try to get better every day?
Yeah, good for sure. I think the coaching staff here is so good. They're really passionate and they really want to get better. So I think it was a good relationship, and they're really good for me.
Do you have any goals, personal goals, entering the season that now that the year's over, you can reflect back on?
Just to score goals. Like to get better at my consistent game. Like I think a couple years ago I had a good game, and then I was bad for 2-3 games maybe, and now I think I'm getting better at that, and I think getting more consistent with my goal, and I think I did a good job of that.
We talked to you a little bit during the season, but it seemed like the coaches would use you in different spots, but it always came back to Jad and Vladdy. That was the group you probably were with most often. What was it like playing with them for a lot of the year?
Yeah, fun. Of course, they are really good players. I think we had a good role there. I think Vladdy is a skilled guy and can make good passes and stuff. And then Jari was like a big motor in the middle, just speedy and works really hard. He can make sick plays too and had a good shot, and then was just trying to get the net and shoot the puck. So yeah, it was good.
I guess you might have been asked this before, but it seems like these last couple of years, the organization as a whole has started to have a wave of European players come into the organization, and something that we kind of haven't seen in a little while. Does that bring any type of comfortability? What are those relationships you have with maybe some of the other Swedish players in the organization?
Yeah, I think that's huge for me. I think it's huge for the European players and Swedish players and stuff like that, where you can talk Swedish and and I stayed this year with Södergran and Helgi, and I think that made me comfortable, and it was so fun to just like come home from practice and just speak Swedish and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's a huge comfortable thing to have in a team and team as well.
Going back to what you're saying, do you feel like you got more comfortable and maybe were a little more aggressive with your shot? It seemed like towards the end of the year you had more confidence in your shot and you're looking to shoot more.
Yeah, for sure. I think I had a good year, and I was just trying to shoot as many pucks as possible and just get to those dirty areas and find the soft areas too. So yeah, I think that was a good thing about my season. I'm just getting better at that for sure too.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, the goals that you scored seemed like that was where you want to be in those types of areas, and you were having some success there. And even though it's tougher to play in playoffs, you still seem like you had your chances.
Yeah, I think so too. Just like I think the playoffs is like the best thing you can play. So I'm just trying to get there and shoot the puck, and then I get some good passes too. So yeah, it was a great feeling for sure.